I've always loved autumn. The smell of wet leaves, the gray sky, and that soft chill in the air that feels like an old memory. That day, I, along with my three best friends, Jeff, Andy, and Rose, went into the woods. We rented an old wooden cabin from a local old man. When he handed us the keys, he only said one thing: "Go to the bed early at night. The forest is always awake." At that time, we laughed. Not even a simple joke could ruin our good mood. The first night, we sat around the fire. Rose had loudly played some music. Jeff was stirring food in the pot. Andy was joking, and I was enjoying the smell of food in the misty air. When dinner was ready, we laughed and ate under the orange light of the fire, and it felt like there was no safer place in the world than right there. But at midnight, when everyone was asleep, I did what I always did. I turned an old lantern by my bed and started reading. Everything was quiet, only the sound of the book turning and my friend's gentle breath. Until I heard footsteps from outside. It was quiet, but I was sure I heard it. I looked up and stared at the window. There, a man's face was right behind the glass, his eyes wide open and his breath fogging up the glass. His messy hair fell across his forehead. I screamed, but he left right there. The others ran into the room just seconds later. Jeff said it was probably an animal, but I saw him. He was a human, and that gaze still lingers in my mind. The next day, the weather was overcast. To change the mood, we decided to take a walk in the forest. The scent of wet earth was all around. I had fallen a little behind the others. When I looked back, I saw the same face between the trees, the same man, just for a second, and then nothing. Maybe I imagined it, maybe not. On the second night, while Rose was preparing dinner, she said she was going out for a smoke. A few minutes passed. Then came the scream, loud, sudden, and then silence. We all ran outside, but Rose was gone. The cigarette from Rose was lying on the ground, but there was no sign of her. We searched the trees, behind the cabin, even along the road. No one, nowhere, just the mist and the cold air. An hour later, Jeff said we should leave. We decided to pack up and head to the nearest police station to report Rose's disappearance. While everyone was packing, I noticed a leather notebook on the table. Its cover was cracked, and in faded handwriting on it was written, "My memories." I opened the notebook. I started reading. My name is Peter. Years ago, I fell in love with a girl named Julia. We lived together for 5 years. I loved her so much. Julia loved nature and I loved cooking. She used to say, "You cook the food and I'll enjoy the sound of the rain." That night, as always, I was cooking dinner. The sound of the knife on the board, the smell of frying onions, the steam rising from the pot. And she went outside for a smoke. 1 minute, 2 minutes, then her scream. When I ran outside, only the glow of her fallen cigarettes remained on the ground. They said it was a bird, but I saw it. Shadows standing between the trees. Since that night, I've been alone, but I'm still here because I feel like Julia will come back one day. Until then, every night I cook dinner for two. When I read the last line, my hands trembled. The notebook split from my hands and fell to the floor. A photo slid out from between the pages and landed on my lap. It was Peter and Julia, standing in front of the same cabin. I stared at the picture for a few seconds. Outside the car, the mist thickened. I felt someone watching from the trees. And there it was. Just like the first night, the same face, the same motionless gaze.